Welcome back, Wanderers. And today we're going to do a quick review for you. We're approaching our 6-month timeline as far as our Jackery and our fridge. So we figured we'd give you our 6-month breakdown of how everything's performed and how it would work in your life. This actually is a great combo, which we highly recommend so far. Anyways, so what we opted for was the Jackery 1000. The Jackery 1000 has more than enough power, and the reason we chose it is for the power that it has. Now it does have 1,000 watts, 1,000 watt hours, I believe it is. I'm not 100% sure of how amps and watts and all that break down. I'm not an electrician, I'm sorry, I sell cars. So I try to keep this as simplistic as possible. So we use this primarily as the 12 volt for our fridge. We also have multiple devices, iPads, phones, camera batteries, multiple camera batteries, all charging off this at the same time. So the one thing that we primarily bought it for was for the fridge. On our trips, we like to have cold beverages, we like to have cold meat. Everything we're going to cook, we want to keep cold. So this one worked very well for us. It actually ran our fridge for 1 week without inputting charge. So that's a good amount of time. We wanted to also make sure it had plenty of backup power for whatever else we needed it. All right, so the good thing about the Jackery, like I said, you have the DC 12 volt, which gives you USB-C. It also has the 5 volt 3 amp, and then it also has the quick charge 3.0 fittings down the bottom. Obviously we have the 12 volt here, which is what my fridge is plugged into. We also have the 3 household outlets for the 110 volt, which is the pure sine wave. So it has a power inverter already installed. Now if you're going to switch from DC to AC, you just hit the AC button and you hear a fan kick on, and then you can shut that off as well. Okay, it does have a very easy to read display. It tells you how many watts are incoming, how many watts are outgoing. Also tells you battery charge and how much you have left. So like right now, this has 65% left. Okay, now inputting, you do have many different options for inputting. Now personally, when we're driving, we use, sorry for my mess, we use our 12 volt regular car charger, plugs right into the top up here where it says input, plug that into the cigarette lighter, it's good to go. Now we did notice that we had a splitter on our 12 volt at one point, and it kept tripping a breaker within that splitter. Wasn't actually popping the breaker on the 12 volt, but it was popping it on the splitter. So I don't know if we were just running too many devices. We also had an XM receiver. We also had a GPS. We run many things off of 12 volt. So I may do a isolated 12 volt just for the Jackery for our trips when I have time to alter Lucy a little bit more than we already do. It also has regular household charger. Okay, so plug it in right before your trip. It's nice and easy, nice and lightweight. You can lift it up with one hand, bring it in the house, plug it in, charge it up, get it ready to go. Charging time was about, I want to say 6 to 8 hours to completely charge it up to 100%. And like I said, only using it as a battery for our fridge, it ran an entire week without any input of a charge. So we're talking 6 or 7 days straight through, just pulling electricity to run the fridge, keeping it at around 35, 36 degrees. Kept it perfect, no problems. Okay, another thing we have not had a chance to use yet, but the Jackery does come with it, is the plugs for solar. Now I like that they give you this, because if you do go up to the solar, they already give you the plugs. So I know you can get the kit from Jackery that the solar panels plug right in there, and I believe they're 100 watt. And then you just plug this in up here, and it's ready to charge. Nice and easy. Okay. So again, there's 3 different ways to charge it. You have your AC, you have your 12 volt, and you also have solar. You do have 3 different ways, which makes it very versatile of getting power no matter where you're at, whether you're in the car, at a campsite, or at your house. Let's see, as far as likes and dislikes, I don't have many dislikes. I would say the biggest dislike I have is not so much with the Jackery, but every now and then this will wiggle loose while you're driving, stuff like that. It's nothing crazy. It's just, I wish that was a little bit tighter, but that could also be the plug on the fridge, not necessarily the problem with the Jackery. We haven't used a lot of the 110 or the household outlets just because we haven't needed them. Everything that we've been charging, our iPad, our Android tablets, our Android phones, they all plug in via USB. So Sam actually does use it for the battery chargers. So you just got to turn that on to charge her cameras. She has a Nikon that she uses. We also run a couple of different video cameras on the car, and we charge all those. We also have a backup battery for her Nikon as well. So we just try to keep everything charged. So for the most part, I've had absolutely no complaints. It works well, does what it's supposed to do. We're not paid to do this, so I just want to make that very clear. This was not given to us. We actually bought this. We bought it off of Amazon. Check out our link below. That's pretty much it. Anything you can think of? Sam's behind the camera, by the way. Hello. So I just wanted to make sure we got through everything that would help you make the best decision for you. I like the handle. I like the ruggedness.
I like everything's on front.
Yeah, I mean, everything's easy access. It's in one shot. I'm not poking around all different sides. Where we place this in our vehicle, we actually place it right behind the passenger seat. That allows us to feed cables pretty easily to the front, also to plug it in and charge it, and it makes it pretty easy. You just open up the rear passenger door and you can access whatever you need right there. So again, Jackery has been not a lifesaver, but definitely a worthwhile investment. It's got our place inside Lucy, and that's where we keep it. So if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Give us a like, give us a dislike. We want to know what your thoughts are on this as well. If you have a Jackery, which model did you get? I know a lot of people opt for the 500. Like I said, we opted for the 1000 because we wanted to be a week, self-sustained with no input. And that's exactly what we're at. So this is Wander With Us. Again, this is Brian reviewing the Jackery 1000. Don't forget to subscribe, click the bell. I'm missing Sam. And keep wandering, keep following, and let the adventure begin.